It's Levack and Goss on 104.5 The Team.
Getting ever so close to Yankee season. Of course, we are your home for New York Yankees baseball. You'll be able to catch all the action here starting Sunday. To help us even get more ready and more excited is Jared Diamond from the Wall Street Journal. Jared, let's start with that pitching rotation. Do we have any insight on who the fourth and fifth guys will be?
I think the better question at this point is, does it actually matter? We're talking about a rotation that, let's face it, we're talking about the fourth and fifth starter. Really, if you're a Yankee fan, after number one, you should be nervous. You know, CC Sabathia and Michael Pineda don't exactly inspire much confidence either. It's going to be a problem, I think, all year long with the Yankees. And really, look, I think that's the biggest issue the team is going to face. I think the starting rotation might ultimately be the thing that keeps them from really competing this season. It's just there's too many question marks.
Jared, what about the developments of the Caprillions and the Severinos of the world? Is there any hope that they are good enough at some point this year that they can make a difference?
Well, I think those are two different cases. I think Luis Severino, to seriously answer your question, I think Luis Severino is a great chance to be in the rotation. I think the Yankees feel like they have to see what they have in him. He was so great as a starter 2 years ago, really struggled last year until they moved him to the bullpen. I don't think they're ready to move Severino to the bullpen full time, and they really shouldn't be. He's too good of a talent to just thrust him into the bullpen on a permanent basis. So I think he'll be in the rotation. Caprillion, he's still farther away. He missed a lot of time last year, which was a real disappointment for him and for the Yankees. Could we see Caprillion, if he's doing great in the minor leagues later in the year? Yeah, it's possible. I don't think the Yankees necessarily feel that they need to rush him to New York this season, though.
Let's talk about the shortstop position. Gleyber Torres is not going to be the starter. Why not?
Few reasons. I mean, look, the economics of it is certainly part of it. They are just not ready to start his clock, especially his service time clock, especially considering how young he is and just how little minor league experience he has. The Yankees are not exactly the type to jump a guy that many levels. The guy was last year, much of the year was in single A. They're going to have him go through a more normal progression. They want to see him have success in double A, which he really hasn't had yet. Even his limited experience in double A last season didn't go great. So they're going to move him up through the system, but he's going to move quickly. You know, if he goes to double A and is as great as the player we saw in spring training, a promotion to triple A will be quick. And then if he's still playing great and the Yankees have a hole, I think there's a good chance, or at least a chance, that we see him in the big league in 2017. There's just no reason to rush him, especially in a season where it's probably not going to end in the postseason for the Yankees.
Jared, that's too honest, man.
You heard Levack, Mr. Pinstripe Pants himself, man.
We don't need that kind of honesty on this show, man.
Is Torres and Wade, probably Torres, it's going to end up being around Torres, is he good enough, or is he better than Torres, basically? Like, do we have the best shortstop playing for the Yankees, obviously, besides Didi?
I think the situation with Torres is going to really depend on just how long Didi Gregorius is out for. If it's really going to be a quick thing, which seems to be what the belief is at this point, I think the Yankees feel comfortable sticking with what they have and not sort of manipulating things too much, knowing that they have their guy coming back. But with any injury like this, they could linger. And if all of a sudden we find out, well, Didi's going to miss 2 months or 2.5 months, then all of a sudden I think you'll see the Yankees get a little bit more aggressive in terms of, well, maybe we have Starlin Castro play shortstop and have Rob Refsnyder play, or one of the guys like Tyler Wade, or even Gleyber Torres. I just don't think they want to jump into that sort of wholesale move everything around move if they really think Didi comes back in 3 weeks. And I understand that line of thinking. I don't think Ronald Torres playing shortstop for 3-4 weeks is going to kill the Yankees season. In fact, Ronald Torres had some stretches last year for the Yankees where he was actually pretty good, mostly playing third base. In August, he had that great stretch where he seemed to be getting 3 hits a day. So I don't think we're going to look back and say, well, if only the Yankees had a different shortstop for the first month, they'd be a better team. I think they'll be fine as long as Didi gets back soon. They do need him. He's a very good player.
We're joined by Jared Diamond. He covers the Yankees for the Wall Street Journal. He's right here on 104.5 The Team with us right now. Last year, when you talk about it, it sounds like you don't think they're going to the postseason. What Yankee fans held on to was the emergence of Gary Sanchez and waiting for Aaron Judge and guys like that to come up. With such a stellar farm system right now, or at least what appears to be, are there names that you can see popping up this year that'll make a difference?
I think if you're a Yankee fan, this is the most fun season you're going to have had in quite a while. I think this is a great time to be a Yankee fan. I would much rather watch this team compete for a playoff spot, which I think they certainly can. I don't think this is a bad team at all. I think it's a pretty good team. I'd much rather watch this team compete than some of the teams the Yankees have had in recent years. That was filled with veterans and older players. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to finally, for the first time in so long, see the Yankees actually let these kids play. Young players that are exciting and really are going to give it their all. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll see more names. I think, Gary Sanchez, Greg Bird are the two big ones we know about. But maybe Luis Severino has a big year. Maybe Aaron Judge surprises people and is, stops striking out and turns into a more complete hitter. And who knows? Tyler Wade, you mentioned, he's another guy. There's just so many exciting names that I think if I'm a Yankee fan, this is a team I want to watch. This is a team that has a chance to really do damage in the future. And look, maybe they do compete this year. They competed more with these kids last year than anyone anticipated them doing down the stretch.
All right, now that you got Levack's hopes up and he's all excited, he's jumping around, running around the studio. Give us reasonable expectations for this year's Yankee team.
I think this is a team that very certainly could finish in that 84 to 86 win range. And when you're talking about, let's say, an 85 win team, is it really that much of a stretch to say, well, could that 85 win team overachieve and win 88, 89? And if you win 88, 89, are you competing for a wild card? Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think this is a team that's going to be out of the race. I think we're going to be going into September with the Yankees certainly playing games that matter, exciting games where they're going to be sort of in that second wild card hunt. Look, I think that there are 5 better teams than them in the American League. I don't think this is a team that necessarily is one of the teams that makes the playoffs, but when you're in that range, when you're in that 84, 85 win range, it's not really that far away from 89, 90, and then, you are really in the playoffs. So, who knows? We don't know what Greg Bird's going to do. We don't know what Gary Sanchez is going to do. Maybe it all comes together. They're all great, and we're looking at them winning 88 to 89 games. It's just hard to say.
Jared Diamond covers the Yankees for the Wall Street Journal, helps us out. We appreciate it. You've given me some hope, sir, and I thank you for that.
I think you should just enjoy having a team that's going to be fun to watch. So let's be honest, it couldn't have been too fun to watch that team last year. All the veterans struggling. I'd rather watch the kids. Watch the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't fun until El Gary got up, and then all of a sudden it was a good time.
It's all about the kids.
Yeah, it was fun when the kids came up, and I think this year will be a whole year of that. It won't be Gary Sanchez won't hit 70 home runs. I don't think. Maybe he will. Who knows? But it'll still be fun to watch that development.
All right, Jared, we appreciate you, man. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks a lot.